Let's talk about something. 10 years ago, world leaders gathered together at United Nations and made a commitment to leave no one behind and transform the world by 2030. Since then, what we have learned is that sustainable development is not a destination, but rather than a journey of innovation, adaptation, and commitment to human dignity. Now, coming to the point that in 2025, are we still keeping that things in our mind? 10 years later, we find ourselves asking those questions again. Are we keeping that promise? Or just we are painting the picture greener than actually it is? Let me tell you, in 2025, Sustainable Development Goal report tells the truth, and it's the hard truth that 35% of targets are on track, nearly 1/5 are just delayed, but they are moving backward. Poverty is rising again, climate change, wars, scenarios, tariffs, and all those factors are coming together and being the hindrances toward the future what we thought of back then in 2025. It's like running a marathon, but instead of moving forward, the track is beneath us. And there is another challenge which comes in called as greenwashing. Greenwashing is something a company is doing much more good on paper than really it's doing actually. The actual figures and actual things are something different. Imagine a fashion brand launches an eco-friendly collection, but 90% of its product still comes from fast fashion factories that pollute rivers. It's short term if I say that greenwashing making sustainability look very good on paper while reality tells something else. And that's now the peak companies doing that. A lot of companies who just showcase, just put in their branding and their marketing, all those somewhere to look at more sustainable to attain the customer for customer retention. But actually on paper it's not. The story is a word. It's different. It's just a marketing fluff for them. But let me tell you, greenwashing is not just a marketing bluff, but it's dangerous too. Because every company which just claims it's sustainable without proof, it distracts us from the real work that needs to be done on the ground so that societies and people can benefit. And actually, we can form our the future, what we are working towards it. It makes people believe that it's happening when in fact we are still stuck. That erodes the trust between businesses, governments, and the citizen. And it takes us from the different of the vision or the CSR components together teaches us. That's completely different. Now we can spot how it's happening. Okay, look for the real data, verified sources, actually what they're doing it, and what they're portraying it. That's totally a different thing. We can make choices, questioning back, supporting authentic brands, which is actually doing great for the society, and demanding the accountability. That's why the ESG comes in picture. Now it's our call. The SDGs are not just UN agenda; they should be the people's agenda. And by 2030, it's not a deadline; it's a lifeline. Because in this fast-paced scenario of the world where everyone is going fast, we want quick delivery, quick commerce. Everything is on a fingertip. So next time when you see a product or a campaign that looks green, ask yourself, is it the real impact or just a coat of paint? Because the world doesn't need more green promises. It needs green action. and let's do it together. Thank you.